Hello, you guys. Sorry I haven't posted in a couple of days or so. Just been kind of busy. So, anywho, let's get to the topic because I kind of experienced something today and kind of learned some things from some four older women at my job that I spoke with today. Well, we were all around the table and they went to talking about how, that um their relationships and marriages and things like that. So it was just one thing stood out to me. A lady was talking. She said, the person she was with, she expected to spend the rest of her life with. She said she had a bond with this person that was unbelievable, love for them that she never experienced before, and she was like, this person was just so perfect for her. So, that's what made me so interested in tune in. So I'm like, so you're not with this person till today? And she was like, no, we're not together. I was like, oh my God, like what happened? And so she was like, the person, continuously cheated on her, but treated her really good. Like he was really good to her, kept her happy. She felt like that was her soulmate. But he just continued to cheat, and she forgave him so many times because, she loved him. She was like, oh, this is the last person I'm going to be with. So just after so long, she was just like, this is not love. Like, this person doesn't feel the same way for me to continue to hurt me and, make different excuses for it. So, I asked her, like, what were the excuses? I mean, tell me excuses someone can have for cheating on you. And she was like, one of them was, he said that, she wasn't focusing on him. Then she said she changed that and started focusing on him. Then she said she found out he cheated again and she wanted to know why. Then he was like, you know, he got really drunk and, you know, didn't know what was happening and was seduced or something like that. Anyway, it's just a bunch of different excuses. Those are not excuses. That's just, not right. So anyway, I continued to listen to her talk, and I was like, well, when you finally left him, like, what was that like? And she was like, it was so horrible. She was like basically upset with the world. She couldn't help it. It was like she didn't want to be that way. She was like, she was this spontaneous, outgoing person and became such a bitter, woman. So I told her, I was like, I don't see a bitter woman in you. She was like, not today you don't. She said it was then. And, I go, well, how long did it take you before you got out of this bitter stage or whatever? She was like, look, it took her almost 2 years. She was like, he completely snatched her happiness from her spirit, her belief in love. She was like, she never felt the way that, he made her feel, or the connection she had with him. And literally listening to this woman talk, y'all, was like, I damn near was in tears. And so she was looking at me and she was like, are you experiencing that? And I told her, I was like, yeah, somewhat, I guess, how you kind of, you don't want nobody in your business or whatever. But I'm like, this woman telling me all this stuff. She was just like, it takes a toll on you when you connect deeply with someone, or someone give you a love or feeling that you never experienced before. And that's something that you end up doing anything and everything possible, to hold on to that because you don't want to lose it. And so she was just like, all she did and all she took and accepted him back for, so for it to end that way, where she had no choice but to leave him because he actually wasn't loyal or basically in love with her the way she was in love with him. And I told her, I said, well, why? How could you say that he wasn't in love with you the same way? She said, because I would never cheat on him. I would never do anything to hurt him. I was like, right, that's completely right or whatever. And it just made me think on a situation I was going through. And I just had to kind of feel her in, you guys. I was just like, well, my situation is that the person was never just fully mine. They actually, belonged to someone else. But this feeling I have for them, it was just like no other. It was just like I couldn't dare be without them, or not talk to them, and think about them day in day out, wake up wondering what they're doing, just all kind of stuff. And when we would get together, it was just, I could just feel the love and the happiness, and just would want to joke and laugh and play. And she tells me, she was like, that was exactly, she was like, he was just like her best friend. I mean, they kicked it, they did everything together. And I was like, wow, as him to find someone like you and to go cheat on you with these women that probably didn't even give them that same, happiness and joy and stuff the way you did. And I was like, could you just really say he didn't love you? She was like, no, he loved me, but he wasn't in love with me. He loved the fact that he could hang and kick it with me, laugh and talk, and sex or whatever like that between them was always awesome because of their connection. And she said she realized after leaving him 3 years that it was actually that, he felt less of a man. She made more money than he did or whatever, and that kind of bothered him. But, to me, it doesn't give you an excuse to go and cheat on someone. If you with someone and they make more money than you, I mean, I think that's okay. You should just push and, continue to do what you're doing and enjoying that relationship, push forward to making more money or things like that. But you guys are a team, so it shouldn't be about who's making more. It's all about what you guys have together. And the thing she told me today, she was like, I'm going to tell you this, baby girl. She was like, you're a beautiful spirit. And she was like, anybody would be lucky to have you. She was like, so for someone to not treat you right or, continue to do things to hurt you, she was like, they really don't deserve you. And I said, well, I've been sticking around because of this feeling. Like, I was like, I've never felt this, that, what I feel for them. I've never had it. I told her I've never even had no one to, be just completely good to me all the way around. And she was like, what you can do is just do what you've been doing before you met them. And I was like, that'll be hard, I was like, I try. She was like, you gonna hurt and everything. She was like, do that behind your closed doors. Don't ever let them know, that they hurting you, because